दे इतनी भक्ति माँ, मेरे अंग अंग में भर दे इतनी भक्ति माँ, मेरे अंग अंग में जैसे राम के बजरंग में माँ, जैसे राम के बजरंग में, बजरंग में, बजरंग में भर दे इतनी भक्ति माँ, मेरे अंग अंग में भर दे इतनी भक्ति माँ, मेरे अंग अंग में। दे इतनी प्रीति माँ, भर दे इतनी प्रीति माँ, जितना पानी सागर में, भर दे इतनी प्रीति माँ, जितना पानी सागर में। कमी नहीं होगी तभी, कमी नहीं होगी तभी, तनिक तेरे प्यार के आगर में, आगर में भर दे इतनी भक्ति माँ, मेरे अंग अंग में। तू इतनी दे दे माँ, भीख तू इतनी दे दे माँ, मेरी मैली चादर में, भीख तू इतनी दे दे माँ, मेरी मैली चादर में। दर्पण हर पल, दर्पण हर पल देखूं तेरे सत्संग में, सत्संग में भर दे इतनी भक्ति माँ, मेरे अंग अंग में भर दे इतनी भक्ति माँ, मेरे अंग अंग में। प्यार के फूल कलियों से भर दे, भर दे हर एक बाग को माँ, प्यार के फूल और कलियों से महक तेरी आएगी तब, महक तेरी आएगी तब, महक तेरी आएगी तब, सड़कों से गलियों से भर दे दे इतनी भक्ति माँ मेरे अंग अंग में, जैसे राम के बजरंग में माँ, जैसे राम के बजरंग में, बजरंग में, बजरंग में भर दे इतनी भक्ति माँ मेरे अंग अंग में, भर दे इतनी भक्ति माँ मेरे अंग अंग में, मेरे अंग अंग में, मेरे अंग अंग में। Shri Mataji to one and all, and a very warm welcome to our today's session in English. So let us start the session by inviting you the way Mother used to invite in her lectures. She would start by saying, "I bow to all the seekers of the truth." Last time we talked a lot about what seekers really mean, what seeking really means. Today I would like to talk more about what we say when we are seeking the truth. What is the truth? How do we seek it in Sahaja Yoga? And what does it mean for us to seek the truth? In today's session, we'll talk a little bit about Sahaja Yoga, who Shri Mataji is. We'll talk about our subtle system, our internal chakras, nadis. So each time we try to cover one particular chakra or nadi, and then we will go for a meditation session. As you know, we've started this online session since last year when COVID struck and we went for a lockdown. And a lot of people were in stress, were looking for getting a way to know themselves more through Sahaja Yoga, through meditation. And now we've started this session thrice a day for new seekers. So one in morning at 8:15, 8 o'clock, one at in the afternoon at 4:15, and one in the evening at 7:45. And on Friday, we have this session in Marathi on the evening. And in the evening on Saturday, we have it in English. So people who do not understand Hindi, because the rest of the sessions are in Hindi. Also, we do sessions for deep meditation at 5:30 every day for people who have now established into Sahaja Yoga. So let us start the session. As we were saying that we are seeking the truth. So that is a very, very vague statement for most of us. What does it mean to seek the truth? What truth is really? And what does it matter for us? So why is it important? Is because we are living in a world of relativity. Everything to us is okay. It might be good for someone else. It might be okay for us. It might not work for them. So, that person is like that. So he's doing that. So he's okay. He's a good person, even though he's doing that, because he understands things like that. So we rationalize everything that we do in life, and everything has become so relative that even a very, very criminal person can be justified. Today, we see so many TV serials and movies where we are looking at the movie from the perspective of a criminal. So rationalization has taken over all our basic fundamentals that we knew were to be true. We have gone with our heads to rationalize everything. So we do not know what is right and wrong anymore. We come to a point where we say that everybody is right. You see, because it's for them, it works. That is how they are. So they are not to be blamed. So we live in a world of relativity where everything is so confusing. We do not know what is right and wrong anymore. And in that confusion, we always end up in a complete mire, and we do not know where to go. In that confusion, we search the truth. What is reality. So Navratri is on, and we all know, we have heard Devi Suktam, where we praise the Devi through her various forms that she's present in the world. So Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu, so many things, Shanti Rupain Sanstita, Vishnu Mayati Shabdita, and so many things that we say that, she is present as peace, love, even Nidra, so many things that we have, that we are truly in this world. So we call her by that, and we say, and we pray to her. One of those lines is Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Bhranti Rupain Sanstita. So what does that mean? Bhranti means confusion. So we live in a time of confusion, and it is a very important thing, actually, confusion. If there were no Bhranti, no confusion, you would not have come to this forum. You would not have been searching for something higher. There is something in your life that is causing a turmoil, that is causing this confusion, that is bringing you into a position where you are searching, where you are looking for something higher that would resolve your issues. So that Bhranti resides in this world. And with that, we end up searching something that is the absolute, that is not relative. So we talked about everything being relative. But there has to be something that is like, that really tells us that this is it, this is true, this is not true. So there is no relativity. So we have some sort of guideline to follow. That guideline is within us. That truth is within us, and that gives us that gives us the moksha from this Bhranti, from this Maya of Maya. So what is truth? It's the question of the hour now, that we are saying that we are seeking the truth. So what is the truth? So just by saying it, it won't really sound like much. So the truth is that we are not this body, this mind, this identification that we have created for ourselves, this responsible family person, or this job doing person, or this societal person who's working for the society, or whatever designation that we have given to us, that we have created from our own mind, our own thoughts, our own ego, our conditionings, the way we've been brought up. We have created ourselves and our identity in that manner. So we are not all of this. We are just the pure spirit. So when we say we are the spirit, what does that mean? It means that we are actually, so what is spirit? The spirit is the reflection of the God Almighty inside us. It resides in our heart. So getting to know the spirit is getting to know the God, because getting to know the spirit is like getting to know the reflection of the God Almighty. So we say Atma and Paramatma. So he is the ultimate spirit, and we are a reflection, all of us, created in his image, as is said in the Bible. So that is the truth. The other truth is that Paramatma with his powers is present everywhere. We say that he is omnipresent, but how is that? He is present through this Param Chaitanya, the power through which the world has been created and is running. Everything is happening by his grace and his power. And we have to get to that. We have to get our realization. We say self-realization, Atma Sakshatkar. So getting to know the Atma is getting to know the truth, is getting to know the ultimate. We say Atma is Sat-Chit Anand. So there are three aspects of Atma. Satya means the truth, Chit means our attention, and Anand means the joy. So we get all these three things when we get to our Atma. So when we get the truth, there is no more confusion. There is complete clarity. How does that happen? How will I? So once I get my self-realization, now some of you might have been joining us for some time. So you know what happens when we get our realization is that when the Kundalini raises inside us. So when we have said that Atma is the reflection of God Almighty, Kundalini is the reflection of Adi Shakti. Adi Shakti is the power of God Almighty. So when Kundalini rises and pierces through our fontanelle bone area, we get our self-realization, and the cool breeze with the Param Chaitanya starts flowing through us, through our hands, on top of our head. We feel it. We have established that this is what Adi Shankaracharya has described in Saundarya Lahari as Sarilam Chaitanya, cool breeze of Chaitanya that you feel. In Bible, it's described as cool breeze of the Holy Ghost, that when Holy Ghost will come, your hands, you'll feel cool breeze. In Quran, it's written that when Qiyamah's time will come, your hands will speak and they will be witness against you. So your hands will speak. How will that happen? Your hands tell you what are the vibrations. You feel cool or hot. When it's not good, you feel hot, heaviness, or something unpleasant. When it's cool or nice, pleasant, then it's a very good thing. Also, you feel your chakras specifically, so you know exactly what the problem is. So when you ask about a person who's standing in front of you, you can ask, what's the vibrations of this person when you get your realization? That person may be looking like a real saint to you, wearing very nice clothes, smiling, such a nice person, but you do not know if he's come out of the jail and just is wearing a nice garment and is looking like a saintly person. So you check the vibrations and you know for sure if he's a saint or not. You can do this experiment at home. You can ask about the real incarnations. You can ask for their vibrations in meditation. When you are truly in meditation, you will feel cool breeze coming out of your hands for the real incarnations that have happened in this earth. Even in daily life, when you have to take some decisions, you do not know. For example, I have got job offers from 2 companies. So I do not know which one to go. So I check the vibrations. Where should I go? For example, you have to marry someone. You do not know if that's a good person or not. You may court them for a good amount of time and you do not know. You can check the vibrations. So all life decisions become very easy. You get the truth about everything and you can work according to that. Your attention gets enlightened. That's the second thing that happens when your Atma is realized. So your attention gets enlightened and you put your attention to anything and that works. You truly become very powerful. Shree Mataji said, you are very powerful inside. You do not know it yet. You just have to awaken these deities that are residing inside you and all their powers work for you. The third thing that you get is complete bliss and joy, Anand. When you are in the state, when your Sahasrara gets open, you feel the vibrations, you are in complete joy and you do not want anything else. What is Anand? It's not happiness or unhappiness. So we get something that we wanted, we get very happy. Our ego gets satisfied that, yes, I got it, yes. We do not get it, we get very sad in life. That's how life works, happiness, unhappiness. Anand has no opposite. So that is the pure bliss and joy. And that cannot be explained, it can only be felt. So this is what happens when you get your self-realization and you get the truth truly. So how does this happen? This is a miraculous thing for sure to talk about in such details. This happens through, as I mentioned, by our Kundalini awakening. So what we'll do is just have a look at our internal subtle system. So we'll just put up that chart in front of you so that you can understand it properly. Yeah, it's come in front of you. So as we say that, we say that from inside, we all look the same. We are truly the same. We have the same Atma residing inside us. So we are all the same. In the same form, this subtle system is the same for all of us. All human beings have the same system inside us. So the most important thing first, we'll start with the Kundalini Shakti that is inside us. It's mentioned as the pure energy. It resides in our sacrum bone, down below on our. So all these chakras are inside on a subtle level. So, but there is a sacrum bone at the end of our medulla oblongata, and there it's called as a sacrum bone. So the Greeks call it sacred. And this energy, the God's power, resides there in a form of a coil. So when we were in our mother's womb, this energy entered through our fontanelle bone area. It created all these centers and these nadis inside us, which govern our complete being, our physical, mental, emotional, spiritual being. And the energy that was left after this whole creation comes down and forms coils, 3.5 coils, which is why it's called as Kundalini, because Kundal means coils, and resides there and sleeps off. So it's in a supta avastha, it's in a sleeping state. So awakening this energy and bringing it up to our fontanelle bone area again to connect with the divine that is pervading everywhere is Kundalini awakening and self-realization. So now what happens is that, so what we'll do is just talk briefly about everything in this system. So we have these 3 main channels inside us, which govern our sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. So on the left-hand side, there's a blue channel that you can see. That blue channel is called as the Ida Nadi. So Ida Nadi is essentially the left channel. It governs our left sympathetic nervous system. Also, it's called as the moon channel. So when we are someone who thinks too much about the past, who's always very emotional, cries a lot, somebody who works too much on their emotions, then we work too much on this nadi. When we work too much on this nadi gets cold. And a lot of issues come inside us, which pertain to maybe psychosomatic diseases, what we call as incurable diseases. They all originate from an excess of utilization of the left channel. So any excess that we do, ati, as we say, ati sarvatra varjate. So we should not do excess of any kind. Whenever we do excess of any kind, we get into problems. So when we go into excess of any particular chakra, we get issues, physical issues also, issues in our life. So we'll talk about those when we talk about chakras and nadis. So as you mentioned, this nadi is about the past, emotions, our desires, all of that resides here. Similarly, on the right-hand side, we have the Pingla Nadi. It's called as the right channel, the Surya Nadi, the channel of the sun. And this governs our right sympathetic nervous system. So when we are someone who's very, very active, who thinks a lot, is planning a lot, working a lot at office, is someone who's all the time planning about the future, thinks too much about the future, then this nadi goes off. So as we said, everything opposite to the left side. So this is not about emotions. This is about action. This is about mental activity. And this is about the future. So when we are someone who does this too much, we create problems on the right-hand side of heat inside our body. There's so many things that come up because of an over-excess use of this nadi inside us. So as Buddha has talked about being in the center, what is in the center is our Sushumna Nadi. So this is the path for the Kundalini to rise. This is the central channel. It governs our parasympathetic, our complete autonomous nervous system is governed by the Sushumna Nadi. So when we say everything that is autonomous, that means everything that works on its own, our heart, everything that works on its own is governed by the Sushumna Nadi. And this is the nadi of the center, of the present, of being in a complete balance. So when we are in balance, that is when we are on this channel. So even in meditation, first we try to bring ourselves into balance, because without being in balance, Kundalini cannot rise, because it has to take the central channel to pierce the fontanelle bone area. It is understandable. You can see that anything in real life also does not rise up unless it is balanced. Like an aeroplane, it has to be balanced. So first in meditation, we try to come into the center and then we awaken the Kundalini. So one more important thing here is that you can see that both our hands, we have opened it in this diagram. So that is how we should keep the hands in our meditation session as well. And all these chakras we feel on our fingertips, because this is coming down to the physical level to our nervous system. So our nervous system, we know it ends in our hands and our feet. There are various places where we can feel our chakras, but hands is the most easiest one during meditation to feel the status of all our chakras. So then we move on, and so each time we've been talking about one particular chakra, and so we'll briefly touch upon Muladhara and Swadhishthana, and then we'll talk about Nabhi Chakra in detail. So the first chakra that you can see at the bottom is the Muladhara Chakra, the red center. This is the center of innocence and wisdom inside us. These two things are quintessential for the Kundalini awakening. This chakra is governed by none other than the one who is worshipped the first, Sri Ganesha. So this chakra talks about, as we said, innocence and wisdom. So anybody who's going against innocence is hurting this chakra. Anybody who does conniving things, trying to hurt other people, or lascivious activities in terms of sex and other things are also hurting this chakra very badly. When this chakra gets awakened inside us, it gives us complete wisdom. Complete wisdom. We know what is right and wrong for sure inside us. And we have this wisdom that drives us completely in our lives. And we never go to a wrong thing. So as kids get into Sahaja Yoga, this chakra gets awakened, they are completely protected and they have complete wisdom and innocence intact in them. And that is very important, because once Sri Ganesha gives the go ahead, that is when Kundalini rises. You can see it's placed below the chakra of Kundalini. And we know that in our stories also how Sri Ganesha is placed outside when Gauri Mata is taking her bath, and nobody can enter without his permission. So that is a very important chakra inside us. You can feel it on, so you can see number 1 as it's mentioned in the diagram, where our palm meets our hand. That is the place where you can feel this chakra. After this, we have the Swadhishthana Chakra. This chakra is actually, Kundalini comes to it after going to Nabhi. So this, in terms of the path of Kundalini, this is the 3rd chakra, but we'll just talk about it in the sequence. This is governed by Brahmadev Saraswati inside us. So as we know, they are the creators of this world. And their creativity power comes inside us. We become a creator ourselves in our lives. And we are able to awaken so many art forms inside us. Also, this chakra governs, the right Nadi starts here, as you can see. So it governs all our activity, physical activity, mental activity, all of that starts from here. So this chakra is responsible for giving energy to that. When we do too much of those activities, it's not able to take care of the organs that are residing here, like the liver and pancreas. And then they go off, so we get liver issues or diabetes, especially in those people who do too much of planning and future work thinking and all that. So all of that is governed by this chakra. As you can imagine, so many organs here are also governed. So all these chakra govern the organs that are residing in this area particularly. You can feel this chakra on your thumbs, both the thumbs. So every chakra has a left and a right part. And on the left hand, you can feel the left part of that chakra. On the right hand, you can feel the right part of that chakra. So after this, so we have the Nabhi Chakra. So we'll talk in a little bit. Yeah. So, okay. So last time we have talked in detail about Nabhi, I just remembered. So we'll talk in brief about Nabhi and then move on to Heart Chakra and talk in detail about that. So this chakra is governed by Sri Lakshmi Narayan. So Lakshmi Narayan, as you understand, they are the ones who are taking care of the whole world. They are the ones who are the giver of everything to us. They are the sustainer. So we also gain qualities from these deities. We also become generous to others. We take care of people who come to our house. When this chakra awakens, we become generous truly. So there are two parts of this chakra, as in on the left hand side, there is Griha Lakshmi. So our family situation becomes better. If there is some issue with the Griha Lakshmi in the family, in the household, then this chakra gets got. On the right hand side is the external part. So your money situation, your job situation, everything, business, everything gets governed by that chakra, because that's the place of Raj Lakshmi inside us. So all of that is governed by the right part of that chakra. And on the center is our seeking. So we've been talking about seeking. That seeking comes to us from this Nabhi Chakra. So this is a very, very important chakra inside us. So we started when we were on the amoeba stage and animal stage, we were looking for food or shelter or something like that, something basic. So we moved on, our needs have changed, and they go on changing, and they go on changing until we start looking for God, we start searching for God. So you can imagine how important this chakra is for us. This is the chakra that has caused evolution. So we know that Sri Vishnu has taken so many incarnations. So we know that there were incarnations in the form of a fish, in the form of a tortoise, in the form of a lion, and so many other stages. Then Sri Rama, Sri Krishna, when finally he came down with all his kalas. So he established our path of evolution. So this is the chakra that is governing our evolution as well. You can feel this chakra on the biggest fingers, the middle fingers of both our hands, the left and right part. Around this chakra, you can see there is a void. So this void is governed by the master principle inside us, the guru principle. So there have been many real saints that have come on this earth, many real prophets that have come on this earth. And these prophets have established the dharma, the religion, the true religion inside us. And we talk about religion not as Hinduism, Christianity, Muslims, Islam, or Sikhism, or any other ism for that matter. All of them, in Sahaja Yoga, we understand, Shree Mataji has explained it to us very nicely. All of them are like the flowers that have sprung on the same tree of life at different stages. So as a tree grows, first there are branches coming out, leaves coming out, then flowers and fruits, so on. So it's an evolution, and all of them have come at a different stage, and all of their teachings are very important, and they are not conflicting. It's only our understandings through scriptures and speeches of several people that we have understood them to be conflicting to each other. Whereas they came at the time when they were required to say whatever was needed at that time in that particular society, and they established whatever principles were needed. So all those principles lie in our stomach. For example, one of those principles that, for example, Muhammad Sahib has talked about, or Guru Nanak has talked about, is we should not drink alcohol. We should not take strong drinks. So when you know that for the first time anybody takes alcohol, they end up puking, because the dharma is in our stomach. It doesn't like it, and it pukes. If we see something very horrible, very, very bad, we puke, because dharma inside us, it cries out. It says that it's not a good thing. As a realized soul, if you go to a place that has seen some very bad history, some very bad things happening to people, you enter the place and you might feel a very bad stomach. You might end up puking, or you may get a stomach trouble later, because this dharma gets awakened inside us, and it really tells us what to do, what not to do. And that is not something that you can learn from any scriptures, or it can be taught to you that don't do this, don't do that. When we say that don't do this, don't do that, we don't like it. Somebody tells us don't do this, don't do that, we hate it, we don't like it. And we cannot change ourselves by listening to someone. So every cigarette packet says that, it causes cancer, but can you change yourself? You cannot. So there has to be something within, inside you, that tells you that don't do this, try and get over it. Our Kundalini gives us that strength and energy to work it out, to get over our weaknesses. All of that gets worked out in our true religion that resides in our stomach in the form of void. So I'll just quickly name some of the great incarnations of prophets of the master principle Like we've said Muhammad Sahab, we've said Guru Nanak, Shirdi Sainath, Lao Tse, Zoroaster, and Socrates, and there have been so many others like that. Janak, Raja Janak has been one of those. So these are all the incarnations of Adi Guru Dattatreya inside us, the master principle. You can feel this chakra around the center of the palm. So sometimes people feel that it's rotating around the center of the palm. That's your Guru principle stuck there. So after this comes our heart chakra. So on the center of this chakra is placed the mother of the universe, Jagdamba. So we are in this Navratri, so it's very important to talk about her, Durga, here in this place. So we have talked in bhajans, we have sung her bhajans where we say that she's the one who takes us across the Bhavsagara. So the void that we talked about below was the Bhavsagara. She's the one who brings us above that on our heart chakra. She's the protector. She's the mother who is taking care of her children. So she is all powerful and she kills all the demons. And she gives us that sense of security, that sense of confidence that the mother is here to take care of us. We do not need to be afraid. So our fear goes away when this chakra gets awakened, when Jagdamba gets awakened here, and we get complete sense of security and confidence, which is very, very important. You may realize that when you now look at people, so for example, women who are afraid, who have some sense of insecurity from the family, from the husband, those are the women who get breast cancer. So this chakra goes out and they get cancer. So you can see that in real life examples, that is how things are happening. There are so many things like that you can find in Shree Mataji's lectures where we can see those connections from the qualities of the chakra. On the left-hand side is the spirit. So we have talked about the spirit. Also, Shri Shiv Parvati reside here. On the right-hand side is Shri Siddharam. So Shri Siddharam, as you know, we call him Maryada Purushottam. He has taught us how to live our life, how to be an ideal human being, because it said that he made himself forget that he was an incarnation. So he lived his life as a human being, and he taught us the highest of ideals, of our Maryadas. So when we go out of our Maryadas, this chakra catches. Even when people do not have a good relationship with their father, with their son, with their brother, so it's the father principle, the son principle, all of those things that the husband principle that Sri Rama and Sri Sita established in their lives. So when we go against those principles, it's only then that this chakra gets caught. Similarly, on the left-hand side is the principle of the wife, the mother, the daughter. When that goes off, on the left-hand side, this chakra catches. So it's a very, very important chakra. When sometimes, even when children have not seen their father since childhood, or they have been estranged for some reason, they get asthma. So we say we have some prayers that can cure asthma very easily in Sahaja. So love and compassion are, of course, the qualities of this chakra. And you can feel this chakra on the small fingers of both the hands on the left and right side. So we've talked in detail about both Nabhi and heart chakra today. Move on quickly and we'll go to the Vishuddhi Chakra. Next time we'll talk in detail about this chakra, but briefly touching upon it. So it's governed by Sri Radha Krishna. And we can imagine all of their qualities as being the qualities of this chakra. So there's a sweetness associated to Shri Krishna that we get when this chakra gets awakened. There's a sense of collectivity. As you know, he started things like Holi and Ras, that all of that gets awakened inside us. This chakra is responsible for our communication. So both our hands are also governed by this chakra. Our mouth, nose, ENT, all of that is governed by this chakra. So it's a very, very important chakra. When this is caught up, sometimes you do not feel the vibrations on our hands. So again, there's a huge amount of importance to this chakra. We can feel this on our fingers that are the index fingers that are right next to our thumbs. This chakra gets caught up a lot when on the right side, when we are someone who is abusive a lot, who uses bad words, shouts a lot at people. All of those reasons hurt this chakra. Also, when we are using tobacco, this chakra gets caught up a lot. On the left-hand side, if we are someone who feels a lot of guilt for everything, so sometimes we unnecessarily feel guilt. This chakra gets caught on the left-hand side, and such people do not feel vibrations even when they get their realization. So it's a very important thing, and in Sahaja Yoga, we say that, Mother, I'm not guilty in meditation as well. So moving on is the Agya Chakra above this. And this chakra is very important because it talks about forgiveness. It talks about forgiving ourselves, others, and forgiving and asking for forgiveness from the God Almighty. We know that some of the incarnations that happened around the similar stage of Shri Jesus Christ, Shri Gautam Buddha, and Shri Mahavir, all of them talked almost the same things about forgiving others. And it's very important, and it's very difficult for some people to do that. But we have to do that. Truly, we have to forgive everyone during meditation sessions. Otherwise, the Kundalini doesn't rise from this chakra, and we do not feel the cool breeze. Moving on, the next chakra is the last one, the Sahasrara Chakra. And below that, you can see these two balloons that get created inside us by our sympathetic activities. So from the left, we learn in our lives some conditionings, things we should not do, all of that. That gets accumulated on the right-hand side of our brain as superego. Whereas all that we do from the right channel gets accumulated as ego, because all activity leads to ego. And these two things often are like huge balloons inside us that push down on each other. So one of the things are usually pushing down on the other. And when Kundalini crosses the Agya Chakra, it sucks in both these things. And the pathway to our moksha opens up. That is the Brahmarandra. That is the Sahasrara Chakra. So the Sahasrara Chakra has 1,000 petals. So each chakra has a number of petals. We have not talked about petals yet, but so that's the name, the 1,000 petal chakra. And its quality is integration. All the chakras are integrated in this channel. All of them reside on our head. Also, there is a complete integration in our being itself when we are not confused anymore, because our heart says something, our mind says something, we are one being, we know the truth. So there is complete integration. Also, there is a complete integration with the divine when this chakra opens. And that integration gives us the Satchidananda, the vibrations flowing through our hands. So this is all about, and we feel this chakra on the very center of our palms. This is all about the subtle system. We have talked in quite details today. And what is more important is going into meditation. So what we'll do now is quickly just tell you about the steps that we'll do. You can see those steps on the screen, and then later on we'll close our eyes and do meditation following the same steps. So as I mentioned, it's most important first to come in balance, and we use the 5 elements that have created us to come into balance. So what are the 5 elements? The earth, water, fire, air, sky, or ether, whatever you may want to call it. So we have one light always in front of us. As a diya or a candle, whatever suits you, you can put it there as a representative of the fire element. To clear our left channel, Ida Nadi, first we put our right hand on the Mother Earth, like we have done in this slide that you're seeing. We'll do some prayers, closing our eyes. Then we bring it back into our lap. In the next step, we put our left hand towards the sky, the ether element, whatever you may want to call it. And then we try and clear out the right channel and bring it into balance. In the third step, we would put both our hands on the Mother Earth and pray for complete balance. In the step after this, we bring both our hands into our lap, and then we do all the steps only with our right hand. So our left hand represents our desire. So we keep it in front like this, in front of Shree Mataji, asking for a realization, and we do all activities with our right hand. So we put our right hand onto our heart. As we talked about, this is the place of our spirit. We do some prayers here. Then we bring this hand to our forehead, like we would when we will have a headache, and we kind of put our hand there, put a bit of pressure. Then we bring this hand to the back of our head, where we put the pillow, and push back our head onto that hand. And we will have some prayers here again. In the last step, we will use this palm. We'll push back our fingers completely and stretch the palm completely, and use the center of the palm, put it on the fontanelle bone area. This would be an area where as a kid, as a child, this was the soft area which would have been pulsating. We have to press hard a bit and rotate the scalp with our hand without removing the hand. Rotate the scalp and do some prayers here. Now we'll bring back the hand into our lap, and we'll go for a meditation session. Shree Mataji's photo will come in front of you on the screen. Now, the most important thing to understand here is that just by moving our hands and praying, we cannot get our realization. There has to be someone who is enlightened. Only an enlightened candle can enlighten another candle. So in front of us is the photo of someone who is an authority on giving self-realization. We have to accept that and be extremely humble. And in all humility, we have to pray that, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Our complete attitude should be of receiving. And in that mode, we have to be very, very humble and ask with complete humility. We have to sit down with complete respect and humility, and understand that we are asking for the ultimate, the divine. We'll look at Shree Mataji's photo and slowly close our eyes. We'll bring our attention completely inside us and forget everything else for a minute. We'll put our right hand on the Mother Earth and our attention on the left palm. We'll pray here, Mother, please clear out my Ida Nadi. Please suck out all the negativities in my Ida Nadi through the Mother Earth. You should bring your attention to both your palms and see what is happening. Bring back your right hand onto your lap. The left hand towards the sky. Here we have to pray, Mother, please clear out my right channel, my Pingla Nadi. Please suck out all the imbalances and negativities of the right channel through the ether element, the sky element. We have to put our attention onto our palms and see the state. What is happening on our palms, our fingertips? Now I'll put both our hands on the Mother Earth. Again, with complete humility, we have to ask, Mother, please give us state of balance. Please clear out all the impurities of our Ida and Pingla Nadi through the Mother Earth and bring us into a state of complete balance. Bring back both your hands in your laps. Now, we'll do all the next steps with our right hand. Place your right hand onto your heart. Now, here's the place of your spirit. And we have to assert a fundamental truth here. You have to say, Mother, I am the spirit. Mother, I am nothing but the pure spirit. Not this body, this mind, this thoughts, this ego, this identity, these problems, these issues, everything. All of this is not me, Mother. I am just the pure spirit. This recognition is very important. Say it with full confidence. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am the pure spirit. As I am the spirit, I am not guilty at all, because the spirit does not commit any sin. It's a very important thing to say, as we discussed, that Vishuddhi Chakra gets caught. So you have to say, Mother, I am the spirit and I am not guilty at all. Let the Kundalini be the judge of you, and you do not hamper your self-realization by getting into self-guilt. Just put it in front of Mother and say that, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Mother, I am not guilty at all. Now we place this right hand on our forehead across and press a little. Here we have to say, and we have to truly believe it and say, Mother, I forgive everyone. Truly, we have to forgive everyone. Do not need to remember anybody. Just give a blanket forgiveness to everyone. You see, we do not do anything by being angry with someone. We just play into their hands. Whereas when we forgive, God takes over. So we have to leave it to Him. Just forgive everyone. Say, Mother, I forgive everyone. Now we bring this hand onto the back of our head And we push back our head towards the sky. Now, for our own satisfaction, we have to say once that, O Lord, O God Almighty, if we have done any mistakes against you, we have committed any sins, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. If I have committed any sins, please forgive me. Now we bring this hand on the top of our head where the fontanel bone area is and stretch our palms completely, fingers towards the outside, and press hard on the fontanel bone area. Now with our palm, we have to move our scalp in a clockwise direction. So you understand clockwise direction is how the clock moves. And we have to keep moving the scalp and putting pressure. Now it's a very, very important thing. Mother says that she cannot trespass our freedom. We have to ask for it with all humility and respect and understanding. We have to say, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me the union with the divine, the true yoga. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my Atma Sakshatkar. Mother, please make me one with the divine, the Almighty. Keep moving your scalp. Now bring back your hand into your lap, while keeping your attention where your hand was on the top of your head. Now we have to sit in meditation for half a minute by putting our attention on the top of your head. Just see now, what do you feel on your palms? Bring your attention to the center of your palm. Bring your attention to your fingertips. You might feel a bit of tingling like an ant crawling, or some heaviness or some cool breeze coming out, or maybe it could be hot also. No need to worry or pay attention. Just look at it without reacting. Now you have to bring our right hand again on the top of our head and raise the hand a little from the 2-3 inches above the fontanel bone area, and see if there is a cool or a hot breeze coming out of the top of your head. You can move the hand a bit to the left, right, to the front, or the back, and see it would be coming from a particular place. Now bring your right hand back into your lap. Now try the same thing with your left hand. 2-3 inches above your head, and move it and see that a cool breeze would be coming from a particular area. Bring both your hands into your lap. Now we have to raise our hands completely towards the sky. Palms towards the sky, hands stretched towards the sky, and push back your head. You have to ask a fundamental question here. Mother, is this the Param Chaitanya? Is this the power of love of God? Is this the all-pervading power that is running the whole world? You have to ask any one of these questions thrice. And in response, you'll find vibrations flowing much more into your hands. Now bring back your hands onto your lap. And see for yourselves the vibrations flowing. just have to put our attention on the top of our head and sit for meditation for a minute or so. Now we can open our eyes and look at Shree Mataji's photo and sit in meditation for a while more. You'll find that you can just look at the photo and not think in a thoughtlessly aware meditation. This is the state of complete bliss, peace, and joy. We'll thank Shree Mataji by bringing both her hands together in a pranam for this bliss. Jai Shree Mataji. The only request here is that this is just a germinating point of you, of the seed that is you. We have to nurture this small little plant, small little seedling by giving it water, sunlight every day in the form of meditation for 5-10 minutes in the morning and 5-10 minutes in the evening. How to do that in front of Shree Mataji's photo, all of that Mayank will tell you right now. But it's very important for you to continue for some days on this channel or wherever, just to get this realization experience settled. So I would request you to continue for some days and reap the benefits of Sahaja Yoga. Give it some time and continue. Thank you. Mayank, please take over. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji, everyone. If anyone has any question, you can ask on the live chat in YouTube, or we have shared the link to our Zoom meeting as well. You can join the Zoom meeting and talk to us directly if you have any doubts or you have your experience to share. Whoever has joined us for the first time, we request you to please continue this for some time. The vibrations on your hand, the feeling of it will keep increasing and you'll be able to feel it consistently. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the chat or in the Zoom meeting. We have also shared the link to our WhatsApp group in the chat. In this group, we share tutorials for how to do meditation, how to take bandhan, daily food soap, and also Shree Mataji's speeches we share in this group. So if you click on the link for WhatsApp group, you can join directly, or you can share your contact details in the chat. On this YouTube channel, we conduct self-realization and meditation session daily. Every day it is in Hindi, but on Saturday, this session is conducted in English. Whenever you want to meditate, you can watch this session or any other session also. If you subscribe to our channel, you'll get the links to all the sessions easily. So every day, 3 times, we conduct self-realization session for new seekers. As we told earlier, first session is in the morning, 8 a.m., then in afternoon, 4:15 p.m., and then 7:45 p.m. Every day, these are in Hindi. Only on Saturday, we conduct this in English. Jai Shri Mataji. If anyone has any question, this session will be online for some more time. You can ask on the YouTube chat or you can join Zoom. If you have any doubt, any point you need to talk about, please do not hesitate. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji, Mayank, I believe we can close the session as there are no questions.
Yeah, we can wait for 1 more minute. If anybody has any question, please do comment in the live chat, or you can join the Zoom session as well. Jai Shri Mataji, we'll close this session now. If you have any doubts, you can ask us anytime. Every day, we conduct this session 3 times. You can join the session live and ask your doubts, your questions. At 5:30, we also host a deep meditation meditation session every day on the same YouTube channel, wherein we meditate on the chakras and then listen to Shree Mataji's speech. You can join the YouTube channel so that you will get the links easily, or you can join the WhatsApp group. Whoever has joined this session recently or is a new seeker, we request you to please continue for some time, do meditation twice a day, join the group so that you can get all the tutorials, and then please do share your experience or ask your doubts. Whoever has joined Sahaja Yoga and is doing it, we request you to join the 5:30 meditation session. It will be very helpful for you, especially in this Navratri. And also, we request that you share the Sahaja Yoga and the joy that you are experiencing here with others also. Tell them about Sahaja Yoga. Tell them how you feel. And if you can, please do share the links. We'll thank Shree Mataji for today's session and the joy that she has given us. Jai Shree Mataji.
Jai Shree Mataji.